This is a different session, just a recording session. I don't remember any of the voices. But, we're going to do it anyway. Fuck it. This is Crash Bandicoot High School, Chapter 5. I don't know why I got really serious. Crash slowly approached the school, not looking forward to what lay ahead. Today was the day he was going to break up with Tawna. It was 6 a.m. That's why I got deep. Things are important. Crash had texted Tawna, asking her to meet him in the foyer. This guy likes the word foyer. Outside the gym, since she would already be there for morning practice. Crash approached the entry to the school foyer. There's that word again. Looking around, he looked nervous. Spotting Tawna in a corner, waiting for him. She ran up to him, kissing him. This made Crash increasingly nervous.
Crash, there's something I need to tell you, Tawna started. Lately I realize I haven't been the best girlfriend. Actually, I haven't even been a good girlfriend. I want to apologize, and I want to tell you that from now on, things are going to be like they used to be. Like when we first started dating.
Crash swallowed nervously.
Well, you see, here's the thing. I don't think things will ever go back to the way they used to be. Tawna, I think we need to break up.
Tawna felt as though her heart was breaking into 1,000 pieces.
What? But I thought maybe we could talk about these. We could make things better. Crash, I'm willing to apologize and start over.
Crash sighed.
Tawna, I think that ship sailed a long time ago. I'm sorry, but I think it's time for us to break up.
Tears slowly started flowing down Tawna's face.
This is because of Pasadena, isn't it? You're breaking up with me because of her. She stole you from me. Pasadena's my friend. She had nothing to do with this. I don't even understand where you'd get that idea. Pasadena and I...
Crash was interrupted.
Oh, don't bullshit me. I know what's going on between you two. She's trying to steal you from me. And I can't let that happen. I can't believe you would throw away a 6-year relationship because of her. Crash, I love you.
Tawna said, tears coming down even more now.
Tawna, I didn't make this decision easily. Please don't make it harder than it has to be. I've been trying to get back to where we were for years. It's too late now. You were too late.
Crash said, holding back tears of his own. Crash started walking away, his head held low. Tawna screamed after him for him to come back and they could work this out, but he stopped for a second, but then he kept walking, hoping he had made the right decision. Dramatic. Coco came home and passed Crash in the kitchen. He looked up at her, but he didn't say anything. She hurried upstairs to her room, tears still streaming down her face. She entered her room, looking around. Coco's room was entirely pink. That was her favorite color. She had a walk-in closet in one corner. Next to the closet was her bed, and opposite of that sat a dresser. A TV sat on top of the dresser. Big mirror sat to the left of the door. Opposite the door was a desk with a computer sitting on it. These are important things. Coco plopped down on her bed, still crying over her terrible mistake. The truth was that she had been in love with Spyro for a long time, but fear of rejection had kept her from revealing her feelings. At the same time, she had been afraid that if they did start dating and broke up, it might ruin their friendship, but now the chances of ever having a relationship were ruined, and she knew it was her fault. Spyro entered the school, his head held low. Everybody's got low. It's 7:45. Class would be starting in 5 minutes. He looked around, hoping to avoid Coco as much as possible. He didn't see her anyway in the foyer. There's that fucking word again! So he continued on. He turned the corner and nearly ran into her. The person he least wanted to see right now. He mentally face-palmed himself. Hey, I guess. And he kept walking past her. She grabbed his arm, stopping him. Spyro, don't try to spare my feelings. Look, I get it. You don't like me. It's fine. I'll just leave you alone from now on. He said, his face falling. Might want to pick that up. Look, I made a mistake. I do like you. A lot. He looked at her angrily. How am I supposed to trust you now? How do I know that you're not just doing that to spare my feeling? All of a sudden, she kissed him. That's how you'll know. I wouldn't have kissed you if I didn't love you. Oh, God, it's so dramatic. Pasadena walked down the hallway, having finished morning cheer practice. As she approached the main hallway, she saw Crash. He was walking towards her. He seemed sad, but didn't seem to notice her yet. Crash, are you okay? She asked. He looked up at her. No, not really. He said, I can't remember the voice I gave her, so I'm going to fuck this up. Her confused expression, he said, at her confused expression, he explained. I broke up with Tana. What? Are you crazy? She's going to blame me for this. Why? Pasadena corrected her mistake. Why would she blame you? Crash asked, feigning confusion. Well, she sort of thinks I like you. She may have threatened to kick me off the cheer team if she saw me with you, Pasadena explained. Well, do you like me? Oh, shit. Pasadena hesitated, then with a sigh she answered. Well, yeah, I do, but I can't give up cheer. It's just... What is that voice? I don't know what that voice is. She's turning into something, and I'm not sure what that voice is. Do you want me to let you in on one of Tana's secrets? Crash asked. She can't really kick people off the team. Only the coach can do that. Are you serious? Crash nodded. With that in mind, Pasadena, will you be my girlfriend? Oh, shit! He moves fast. Pasadena smiled and nodded. She had long awaited this day, expecting it never to come because of Tana. But now it was here, and she felt like the happiest girl in the world. Crash had just walked Pasadena to her first class. Now he was walking to his first class, smiling. For the first time in a long time, he was happy. He was walking. He got a text. Hey, dude, I'm back from Canada. Be back at school tomorrow. We gonna hang? CC. It was from Carbon Crash. What? Crash's best friend. Since he looked a lot like Crash. Oh, they're best friends because they look alike? Well, that's okay. When they were kids, people would always ask if they were related. They weren't, but Crash and Carbon always got a kick out of it, saying they were. Carbon had been on a field trip. Just a field trip. Going to Canada. Field trip. Be back in a minute. He'd been on a field trip to Canada for the last 2 weeks. It had been much too expensive for Crash, so he had opted out, along with most of the remaining seniors. Unfortunately, Crash's nemesis, Luke, evil Crash, had also been on the trip and would now be returning. Oh, I have to make up an evil voice. Crash walked into his math class. The first thing he noticed was that the teacher, nitrous oxide, cool, wasn't in class. This was strange because Crash was 5 minutes late. The second thing he noticed was that 3 of his peers, Dingodile, Crunk, and Nash, were beating up Norm, the school nerd. These names. Dingodile sounds like a sarcastic name I'd call my penis. Dingodile was the school bully. He picked on everyone, and barely anybody did anything about it. Crunk and Nash were Dingodile's best and only friends. They helped him with his wicked deeds. Norm was the biggest nerd in school. He was in senior math despite only being a sophomore. Dingodile had tipped Norm's desk over and broken it over his back. Jesus. Broken it over his back. Now he and his friends were taking turns kicking him in the ribs. Dingodile, leave him alone, Crash said. Nobody was surprised to have Crash standing up to Dingodile. I thought there was going to be more emphasis on that, but there wasn't. Crash was the only person in school who had stood up to him on a regular basis. Dingodile had, I'm really getting tired of saying the word Dingodile, after a couple of months back in freshman year, learned not to fight Crash. So he and his goons backed off Crash as he helped Norm to his feet. He had a fellow student escort Norm to the nurse. Dingodile yelled after them, "One of these days, Crash won't be here to protect you." Crash grabbed Dingodile by the neck and shoved him into the wall. "If you ever touch him or anybody else again, I'll personally send you to the nurse," Crash said. Wow! The class pitched in and cleaned up the room. They switched the broken desk for a new one and out of an empty room nearby. They just finished when Nitrous entered the room. The teacher didn't notice anything, and the class proceeded normally. So, I'm going to do this real quick before we go to the next chapter. Or is it? Yeah, before I end this episode. A lot of the times when I say stuff like he or she or things like that, that's not in there. The guy who wrote this puts their name every single time. like every single time. So like Moonhorse went to the store. Moonhorse wanted wine. Moonhorse could not decide which bottle to get. Moonhorse only had $20. So Moonhorse had to think about Moonhorse's wallet. And Moonhorse was also thinking about what kind of wine he should get. It's kind of like a Speed Racer episode, only not nearly as interesting. Thanks everybody for watching. Come back next time. Like, comment, subscribe, and you go to Patreon because I'm a piece of shit. You can donate money. You give me $1, I'll give you a little kiss. Okay, bye.